Good morning and welcome to the craft room. I'm Ellie Barnes. I'm glad you can join me today. I'm sneaking in one last Christmas card even though we've just hit the start of August, because I think this is one that's well worth having a look at, this stamp set and all the things you can do with it. I think I'll be making a few of these cards in different colours and combinations, but today I'm just going to do a card using what we have available currently with Stampin' Up. So we're going to get into this Christmas card called with the Jar of Joy set. It's using the punch from the other jar stamp set, and we'll get down to the desk and get started straight away, because I don't think you want to sit around on this day. I don't know how warm it is out there, but I love that it's sunny and bright. If ever there is a nice day in winter, it's a sunny, bright day. So let's get this happening. That looks pretty good to me. We'll just get that looking straight. Oh, I will make sure we are going live, right? Yeah, looks like we are. Oh, but we've got the volume on. Let's get rid of that. You don't need my echo. Okay. We've got here this lovely set, and it's got some little words. This actually fits in the jar, which you'll see. Wishing you the sweetest Christmas. We can put a snowman in the jar, and it's got a scarf here for it. We've got some baubles that can hang in the jar, and we've got some biscuits, so some gingerbreads for the jar. So today we're going to get started with the gingerbreads, and we'll see what we can come up with. But I think it will be a little bit different to what I've done. I'm using this paper, particularly this red one. This is called, and I can't tell you, Regal Distressed Patterns. Now, because we don't have much in the way of Christmassy, I'm using this one, but this is lovely for any Christmas paper. It does have a white one too, that you could colour any colour you want. So let's get started. We'll jump straight in. No big shot today, just cutting and punching. So we'll get everything sort of cut to size. This might already be half A. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. It's so we'll just fold that. There's our card base. So this is the cherry cobbler colour. So that's half a A4 sheet to make the card. I need to have inside, we might cut this down. This is just another bit I've got hanging around. I try to use up all the scrappy bits. So this is going to go inside. I'm just making it a centimetre smaller than the card this time. You can do half a centimetre or a centimetre. A centimetre, you can see you get a bit of a nice wide border around it. So I've done a centimetre. And really, the only other piece I need to cut is this one. We'll cut it to size, and I might be able to work with its length. So I want this the length of the card. Now the card's a bit longer. It's about 1 millimetre longer than, it's about 14.9 today. That's looking pretty good. Actually, that might work. That might work. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of this. Don't need this again, I don't think. We'll take this, I'm just going to measure this and put, where's my pencil? I wanted to get straight into the stamping, so I'm just going to put a little dot here and a little dot here. We'll measure it and see what that is so that it is straight. I do have a ruler somewhere. Now I can't see my dots in the light. Let's get this. It's saying that that's 3.4. And that's 3.4. So we'll rule a line across there. That's going to work. being a darker colour card, it's a bit hard to see. But we'll rule that across there. So what I want to do on the bottom half of the card, I'm going to hang, instead of putting these in the jar, this is the, you can see I've used the cherry cobbler red on it already and it's coloured the stamp straight away. These are the baubles that are hanging, and I'm going to hang them from under that piece of paper. So let's get started. I'm going to do one in the middle first. So I'm going up to the line, and then I'm just going to go along. So that they'll be hanging from underneath this piece of paper, like so. And that's something you can do if you've got a nice little repeat pattern. You could do it on a card that's sideways or whatever, depending on what the pattern is. And you can, if you haven't got a big enough piece of cardstock to cover the whole lot, add a bit of stamping. So what we'll do now is we'll get this all set up. No, we'll leave that because I'll do my jars first and I can do my stamping on this as I go, which I should have done just then. This is the piece for inside the card. Now I'm going to just pop one of these up the top here. Like so. Now we'll close that. So I've just got some scraps left over and my jars are going to fit on there. This is the jar stamp. It'll fit on there well and truly. So we will get that happening when I find where I put the jar stamp. Oh, just in front of me. I meant the ink. I'm using Smoky Slate. Now, it doesn't match necessarily into my colour scheme, but it is a good one for the colour of the jar. Now I need 3 and I don't think I can comfortably get 3 across here. So we'll put one in here. So there's my jars stamped. We'll get rid of that. Now I'm going to stamp in one of them these words, wishing you the sweetest Christmas. Make sure it's inky. There we go. Wishing you the sweetest Christmas. I might clean these as I go because I can see myself getting in a mess. Do you ever do that? Not clean your stamps and then you put something on top of it and you have ink everywhere? I'm known for it. I get ink everywhere. You know, crafting, I think, is a messy habit, but a very fun habit. Now we'll get rid of this for the minute. I'm going to bring in, for my bickies, what do they call it? Crumb cake. Crumb cake. I used to call it cake crumb. Crumb cake. Now I want this to be nice and bright. I'm stamping to the bottom of the jar and to the sides, getting this in the right spot. And this one. And then I'm going to pop them aside for a minute because I'm going to do one on the bottom here, even though I haven't got a jar. I think it's cute enough to work. So we'll clean that one up. Now this is a 2-step stamping. You could leave it just like that, but we do have a two-step stamping. And again, I've used this already yesterday for the first time with the cherry cobbler. It's coloured it, and it coloured it very, very badly, as in very strong. So it's a bit harder to see through now, but we will do our best to get it in the right spot. That's better. Oh, that's not too bad at all. Now, let's see if we can get this one. Get those right. And one more. I find if you can match up some from each section of it, like I'm using the little bits down here, plus the bow tie and the buttons, that means that the other ones will be in the right place too. And that's how I match them up. Now, I want to show you a little trick, because these cherry cobblers do make the stamps very dark. I'll show you. It's not too bad this morning because I've cleaned it straight away, and that's another hint. Clean them as soon as you've actually stamped, and that helps reduce how dark they get. But you can, and I do this every so often, either with my dark stamps or if I've used Stays On ink, but this is great also to get some of the colour off. I just put a little bit on of this, and this is the Stays On remover or Stays On cleaner. I just leave it sit for a minute. They're not too bad, so I'm just going to clean them very straight away. But you still get a lot more ink off that you wouldn't have got off just by water or even the mister. The Stays On does work wonders on getting some of the red off it. Won't get it all, but it'll help you be able to see through if they're getting too dark. And that was one of the little hints for today. Right, so we've got our jars done. We'll punch them out. Now, it is punching lids, but I'm not using these lids. I could have stamped the lids and used them, but I've decided not to. I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do lids. So we'll just take the lids out of the road. We'll put that out of the road. So there's our 3 jars. I'm going to do 2 green lids on our cookies. Good morning, Liz. I'm glad you can join me this morning. And I'm going to do 1 gold lid. And look, all these little bits of scrap that you've got, just keep using them up for little things like this. Don't throw them out. So there's my 3 lids. And you see there's still heaps in that. I'll get lots more things out of that. Now, I've got one last stamp I want to make on here. And I'll use the green. This stamp says, "May your heart be filled with joy." So I'm just going to put this right down the bottom next to here. May your heart be filled with joy. And there we go. So we can get rid of our stamp pads, our stamps, cleaners. We're going on to gluing. And the first thing I want to do is I want to put some ribbon. Now I could go all the way around the card, but I don't want to go on the inside. So I'm going to put a little piece. I'm going to try and hide it, the ends. So I'm going to put a little piece of tape here in the middle, right on the bottom. And I'm going to pop my ribbon across the bottom here. In fact, I'm going to do it this way because I want that stitch line just over it, like so. So we'll just cut here. Let's get this back how we wanted it. Now, I don't want the ribbon hanging down from what I'm turning in. So I'm going to turn it slightly. I'm going to keep it on that line. And I'm going to turn it slightly up. I'll do the same on this side. So you still have the stitch line underneath. So it's going to cover, definitely cover the edge of this piece of card stock. And if we're lucky, it will cover my pencil line. We'll find out in a minute. It should. So the ribbon is just hanging just underneath. That's a bit loose on that side. That's better. And then I'm going to glue it on here and it's going to cover my pencil line. Now that pencil line's a great tip if ever you need to line something up to get it straight. If you're going to be able to cover it, it's a great tip. If you're not, you can still rub it out and no one will know. I like to give you all the hints I can to make crafting easier. Now we'll just put a bit of glue on the back here, make sure it's going to stick well. So it's the full length of our card, so it's going up the top and to the sides. And there's our ribbon on it as well. Now I found it needed to sit for a minute. We're just going to pop some of these on top, give it a bit of weight so that it will sit flat for a minute. And while that happens, I'm going to put my lids on my jars. An easiest way to do this, I found, I'm going to put two dimensionals at the bottom and 2 dimensionals at the top, and they're just going over the top like so. So now I can go and put my lid on and it will stick exactly where I want it. Trying to get that grey line, the top of the jar in, and then the lid's on top. So we'll do this one. Oh, I haven't left very much. I better try and... Can I get them off? No, we'll just have to hope that they stay where I put them. I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. And lastly, this one. Now this jar's going between, so I'm going to put my dimensionals down the middle. But I will put one on either side for the lid. pop our gold lid on this one. Hi Jane, how are you? 145 days till Christmas, according to Google. Oh, that's good. Yes, we've got to get some of these Christmas cards made, I think. I usually start in September though, not August, but with Christmas in July. In August I tend to do a lot of men's cards because we're coming up to Father's Day. But we'll get there. So there are all my pieces done, so let's get this off. Put all these away now. We'll glue this in. This isn't a very hard card to do. In fact, it's quite easy and quick. And that's what you want to do when you're making lots of Christmas cards. Things that are quite easy and quick. There we go. So let's whip these dimensionals off the back here and pop the jars on. You're not sitting flat, but you will. It will in time. Stuck in an envelope, it'll flatten out. So we'll put one here. And we'll pop this one on this side. They're about even. Yep, they're on the line. Not too bad. And this one's just going to pop in the middle, but I want it to sit up a little bit higher, so I'm going to double dimensional it. Well, there's a word for you, double dimensional. So we'll get those off. And we should have this lid on, shouldn't I? So my glue doesn't dry out. Now pop these back on. Go away. Right. And then we're just going to pop this one in the middle here. So it's sitting further forward on the shelf. And I think I've got it straight. Yes, that's not too bad. And you know what? That's it. It's so busy, I'm not going to put bling on it. It's got a ribbon, it's got some gold, it's got gold in here, so I'm not going to put any more bling on it. I think it's got enough to keep your eye busy, and there's plenty of room to write inside. So that's my card for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is a really quick cotch. I've done it in less than half an hour. That's not like me. But it is a quick card and an easy card, and it's the type of thing you need for Christmas cards, I think. Hi Renee, I'm glad you can join us today. I hope you've enjoyed my card. Oh, let's get back to me. I've got you through. There we go. I'm here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's been a very quick one today, but it's what we want when we're making Christmas cards is to be able to get a few out in a hurry. So I'm going to let you go. Enjoy your sunshine. I hope it's nice and sunny, and hopefully you feel some of the warmth today that might be happening. Here in Ballarat, it's definitely a little bit chilly, but I love the sunshine when it comes on a winter's day. So I will catch up with you next Saturday. I'm not sure what we'll do, but it'll be something new that we haven't played with before. I know that. So join me then. Have a good week. Oh, if you are in Ballarat and you're looking for something to do on Tuesday, you can come along to Coffee and Cards. I've got that on Tuesday at the Robin Hood Hotel at 10 o'clock. So come along to Coffee and Cards. We'd love to see you there. So I will see you, if not at Coffee and Cards, I will see you next Saturday and look forward to catching up with everyone. Have a good week. Bye-bye.